Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We warmly welcome y'all to the very first female accelerator program in Sri Lanka, AccelerateHer. Before we start, I'd like to introduce our partners here with us today. Our implementation partners, the U.S. Department of State, and for commissioning this project. Our outreach partners, ULEAD, We Connect International, Diversity Collective, Ceylon Chamber of Commerce, and not forgetting our media partners here with us today, Daily FT, Echelon, TNL, Articulate, Chocolate Magazine, for coming on board to making this event a success. The Accelerator graduates have been through a rapid and immersive business acceleration program and worked with 7 industry experts across Sri Lanka who have dedicated many hours of their time to support our six power women to be demo day ready. We'll now hear from the Ambassador Julie J. Chung of the U.S. Embassy in Sri Lanka.
Good evening, distinguished guests, Hatchworks employees, and of course, AccelerateHer graduates. I'm currently in the United States for a conference, so unfortunately I can't be with you in person today. But thank you for allowing me to share this video message with all of you instead. I am with you in spirit. I would like to begin my message by congratulating Hatchworks' outstanding new graduates. I know that each of you have worked hard to reach this milestone, and I have high hopes that you will use your new skills to innovate, create, and expand your businesses. When the United States began this partnership with Hatchworks to start the AccelerateHer program last year, we envisioned that women entrepreneurs like yourselves would reap the benefits. Your success is now our success, and I can't think of a better investment. Sri Lanka is currently facing some of the greatest economic challenges in its history. Now, resolving the current crisis will require hard work, creativity, cooperation, and the meaningful contributions of Sri Lankan women. For too long, women in Sri Lanka, as in other countries, have struggled to access the education, resources, and professional networks their businesses need to thrive. These barriers continue to exist today, despite overwhelming evidence proving the enormous economic benefits of increased female participation in the labor force. According to the World Economic Forum, closing this gender gap could increase global GDP by an average of 35%. When women are empowered, they invest in their families and communities, spreading economic prosperity and creating more stable societies. Now imagine what gender equality would mean for Sri Lanka's economic growth. Women's empowerment is not just about social equity. It's a matter of national economic security and global competitiveness. It's vital that we continue to invest in Sri Lankan women so we can help get Sri Lanka back on the path to economic stability. That's why last year, the United States provided nearly $265 million in financing to private Sri Lankan banks to support small and medium-sized businesses, with a significant portion of those funds reserved for women-owned enterprises. In fact, we just announced another $100 million loan to the Commercial Bank of Ceylon to expand lending to small businesses and address the credit gap for Sri Lankan women entrepreneurs. It's also why we continue to support the AccelerateHer program, because the women graduating today have demonstrated they have the smarts, the talent, determination, and leadership skills to achieve their dreams. Although I can't be there today, I am still very much looking forward to meeting all of you in the future. In the meantime, I look forward to hearing stories of your progress and your success. Thanks again, and congratulations.
Thank you, Julie. In the next moment, you will witness each and every one of our 6 graduates' unique products and stories. But before we start, we really appreciate us all following the protocols in place to ensure our safety. Please make sure you wear your mask during the course of the event. Keep both you and your phone on silent during the pitch sessions and give your best attention to the presenters on stage. The Accelerator program started in March 2022 with the aim of enabling women entrepreneurs to scale their businesses and become investor ready. We are proud of our 6 graduates to see how much they've grown throughout the course of the program. And we can't wait to show you all about them. So let's get the demo day started.
So I created Balamo because I think I've always had a passion for the travel and tourism industry. When I stopped work as an IT consultant, I wanted to build something in that industry. One thing I'd noticed while traveling around with the kids was that Sri Lanka wasn't always presented properly and you didn't kind of hear all the interesting stories, etc. Because I wanted to kind of launch off on my own, I decided that was kind of a perfect opportunity. So one of the challenges that I think is faced by women entrepreneurs as well as women in employment is being able to balance the home life as well as your work life. A lot of the chores related to the household as well as the kids generally falls on the woman in the house, and that means having to kind of try and juggle both those things is can be quite challenging. Like with Balamo, having to travel around the country is quite challenging because I think as a mother I can't just drop the house and go. So one of the things I want to achieve through Balamo is for the Sri Lankan stories to get out there. A lot of the time when people visit the various sites, they don't hear the stories, and it's only those stories that bring those sites to life.
Balamo, bringing to life the sights you see. Good evening, everyone. I'm Shenuka, CEO and founder of Balamo. So the journey all started here. Sri Lanka, I'm sure you'll all agree, is one of the most beautiful countries in the world. It's also home to some of the most awe-inspiring historic sites. Unfortunately, these aren't always presented in the best possible way. So just to show you what I mean, here are a few TripAdvisor reviews. So as you can see, getting access to a good guide and good information isn't always easy. So seeing this gap in the market, I decided to create Balamo. So what is Balamo? Balamo is a brilliant new travel app that transforms your mobile device into your own personal tour guide. So as you go exploring the sites using Balamo's curated route maps, audios will play automatically at the various sites, telling you not just the facts and figures, but all the interesting stories, the myths and legends that surround our sites. Sri Lanka had 2.3 million tourist arrivals in 2018. Unfortunately, the following 3 years, as we know, we saw a decline in these arrivals. But what we also saw during those 3 years is the draw that Sri Lanka has as a tourist destination. We saw people flocking back to the country by September 2019 after the Easter attacks, and by December 21 after the COVID restrictions were eased. Tourism is Sri Lanka's 3rd largest foreign exchange earner, and it has a crucial role to play in our economic recovery. 2018, I don't think, is the peak of our tourism potential as a country. And if you think about it, 2018 was the year that Sri Lanka had just been named Lonely Planet's #1 travel destination amongst lots of other publications as well. So going back to the 2018 numbers, we see our addressable market as the total number of tourists that arrive in Sri Lanka. And we see our serviceable market as the 30 to 45 age group category. This is then further refined down to identify our target market as independent tourists and tourists that need a foreign language guide. So Balamo provides high quality, low cost tour content, which is all the detailed stories, facts and figures about the sites. About our sites. Sorry. All the detailed stories about our sites. Sorry, there's something happening here. Okay, so Balamo provides high quality, low cost tour content, which is all the detailed stories. Now, our traditional tour guides also provide this content, but at a much higher price point, and also are very limited when it comes to foreign languages. The other people in the market are Lonely Planet and TripAdvisor, which provide more trip-related content, which is where to go, what to do, etc. So Balamo is free to download on both the Apple App Store as well as the Google Play Store, and the tours are chargeable at $1 per tour. We also have a monthly subscription model for hotels and tour operators, as well as a commission model for experience providers. So the journey so far has been super exciting. Balamo went live in December 21, and we've spent the last few months establishing ourselves as the new kid on the block in the tourism industry. We've done a number of presentations to key stakeholders in the industry, and we've been received very favorably by all of them. We're also super excited about a collaboration that we're doing with Skills for Inclusive Growth that is going to build a new gamified app for Sri Lanka. So where we want to be is the go-to app for Sri Lanka tourism. And taking into consideration the current situation, we've targeted 3,000 tour downloads by April 23, and we aim to increase that up to 10,000 downloads by April 24. Now, in order to achieve that, we need some investment, and we aim to use 70% of that investment to create awareness and market Balamo, and then 20% to enhance the product, and the balance 10% for administrative cost. So I'm super excited about the journey ahead, and I'd love for you to join in transforming Sri Lanka's travel experience. Thank you.
I feel like I've always had a sense of creativity inside of me, and I've always been wanting to express it. And clothing in particular is something that I've always been passionate about. So when I decided to start a clothing line in Sri Lanka and I did more research into the fashion industry, I realized that the fashion industry is actually one of the biggest pollutants in the world. And had very negative socioeconomic impacts as well. So when I thought to bring about a brand to Sri Lanka, I thought that I can do it more differently and have more conscious values as well, which is where Leo the label came into play as a consciously produced clothing line. I think one of the biggest challenges I faced as a female founder was that I, as a founder, was not taken as seriously as I should have been, and my business in general was underestimated. And I think in particular I experienced this in big institutions like banks and government offices. I want to grow Leo into a lifestyle brand that expands into a variety of different creative outlets particularly ones that are endemic to Sri Lanka. And while doing so, I want to build a network of communities island-wide as well. I ultimately want Leo to be a brand that's synonymous with the words artisanal, local, and ethical. My name is Sashni Jinasena, and I'm the founder of Leo the Label, which is a consciously produced clothing line that strives to empower the local market with clothing produced under sustainable and ethical practices. We believe that there's a huge opportunity in the conscious product market space currently, as there's been a steady increase in conscious consumerism over the last couple of years. This is evident when you look at a variety of different industries, such as apparel, automotive, and agriculture. So much so that the global ethical market value is estimated to grow to $8.24 billion by next year. And what's interesting is that the largest portion of this, 32.7% to be exact, consists of Asia Pacific. There's also been a lot of evidence that suggests that consumers are willing to pay a premium price for clothing produced under ethical conditions, and that the type of fabric, so whether it's sustainable or not, is going to become a very powerful purchasing determining factor. So this notion is further strengthened when we look at our market validation. We've taken the entirety of the Asia-Pacific ethical market size to be our total available market. And then from that, we've estimated the serviceable obtainable market to be Sri Lanka's total ethical market size, which comes up to $3.1 million. So we hope to capitalize on this opportunity by being one of the early players in the conscious product market space in Sri Lanka. Our goal is to expand into a lifestyle brand encompassing a wide range of products that are synonymous with the words artisanal, local, and ethical. And we intend to set ourselves apart by bringing a brand that's culturally driven. And we ensure to emphasize this in our marketing so that our consumers know that they're not just buying any product, they're buying the story and the meaning behind the product as well. We also take pride in producing clothing that surpasses trends. So our styles represent a fusion of the past and the present, and our intention in doing this is to make sure that our clothes will always be in style, irrespective of what's trending at the time. So if you look at our competitive landscape, on one side, we have our international competitors who specialize in high-quality, premium fabric and low-volume clothing. And on the other side, we have some of our local fast fashion brands that specialize in high-volume, moderate quality fabric, and lower pricing. Our intention is to set ourselves somewhere in the middle, where we only use local, premium, biodegradable linen fabric, and since our supply chain is all localized as well, we maintain a competitive price as well. So we currently operate by releasing 4 main collections per year. These are distributed via 3 main sales channels: online, retail, and a seasonal one is pop-ups. In terms of online, we sell directly on our website, where we deliver both global and island-wide. And in terms of retail, we currently stock at the Design Collective store with the intention of expanding into more retail stores within this year. We currently follow a cost-plus pricing approach. Our products range from 5,000 rupees being the lowest to 12,000 rupees being the highest currently, and we maintain margins of 15 to 40% based on the respective product and collection. So, as we move forward, we intend to launch our next collection with our very first launch event within the next 2 months. By the end of this year, our goal is to start retailing in the south coast of Sri Lanka. By mid-next year, we intend to expand into doing pop-ups in retail outlets abroad. And by the end of next year, our goal is to open our very own production team with our own workshop. So, in terms of our funding, we are looking for 4.5 million rupees. The majority of that will be going towards sales and marketing, particularly to help us reach our goal of reaching more of an international customer base. The next big portion of that will be directed towards operations, specifically towards the hiring of staff and expanding our team. And then a small portion of that will be set aside for inventory. So the company is currently fully run by me. I am an economics and politics graduate from the University of Manchester, and I have gone on to garner experience in business development, research and policy analysis, and patent making. As we grow, I intend to expand our team to have a head seamstress, a marketing manager, as we currently outsource our marketing, an operations manager, and a finance manager. So I encourage all of you to join us in our artisanal, local, and ethical journey. Thank you for listening.
The moment which I realized there's no ready-to-eat healthy protein source in the market was the day which I didn't have the time to prepare my meal as per my diet plan. I was very conscious about what I eat, and that led me to lose more than 30 kilos of my pregnancy weight. It's not easy as it seems to eat healthy, prepare it separately with a 9-to-5 work, with a kid, and with our busy lifestyle. What if there's a good protein source which we can just open the lid and have it as it is with anything? So I create Blowfish, a ready-to-eat, healthy, full of flavors, homemade canned fish products. As a female plate industry, the challenges which I am facing are mainly with the gender stereotype. One, to get the technical knowledge required for the industry. There are still gender bias for the certain industries. It's worse when it comes to startup level. Second, to get the family support. People are still thinking a woman, especially a mother, should have a safe and secure job rather running a business. We are really excited to introduce new products, and we are planning to tiring up at the retails as well. With that demand, we are targeting to expand our operations and get the required certification to take our products to the international market.
Fresh from ocean, with full of flavors, ready to eat and healthy as how you want it. Good evening, everyone. I'm Bhagya, founder of Blowfish. How many of you are conscious about your diet? And how many of you are suffering from non-communicable diseases? Well, in Sri Lanka, over 25% of the population are overweighted. 80% of the death caused by non-communicable diseases. Unhealthy diet, lack of physical activities are main cause for this. We all know the importance of a protein source in a healthy diet, but it's not easy as it seems to eat healthy, prepare it separately with our busy lifestyle. And there's no ready-to-eat protein source available in the market as well. And at the same time, we are living in an island with a unique economic zone. But yet, we are spending US $65 million per annum to import the country's canned fish requirement. There are 1.7 million population in Colombo district who can afford for a good, healthy protein source. With all those factors, I have started Blowfish as a solution for the issues which I have faced during my own weight loss journey. We provide ready-to-eat, healthy, full of flavors fish product made using only the healthy ingredients, comes with authentic, unique flavors and taste. The values of our products are, all our products are made using sustainably sourced, export quality fish. Though we are a homemade business, we maintain hygiene stand from start to end. All our products are made using only the healthy ingredients without any preservatives or flavors. Our products are freshly made, pairing with Sri Lankan spices by giving a unique flavors and taste. We are locally made with exceptional quality. We can take the normal tin fish suppliers in the market as our main competitors, but we cannot even compare the ingredient we use and the taste and flavor with our products. All our products are ready to eat without a pungent smell. Especially, there's no varieties for the tin fish in the market. The available tuna chunks in sunflower oil is difficult to eat right out of the tin. But we have few varieties freshly made with unique flavors and taste. We have homemade canned fish, we have coach tuna in olive oil, we have tuna acharu, and we are planning to introduce healthy cat food from our fish wastage and targeting to be a zero-waste brand as well. Generally, our margins are in between 50% to 70%. This has been big change with the current situation. Our main revenue model is direct customers and ingredient partnerships. We have over 400 of direct customer base with a 10% of recurring customers. And we are partnered with Tea Lunch by Dilma, Brief by Dilma as the ingredient partners. From this June, we have been tying up with convenience stores as well. We are planning on taking this out of the Colombo and to the international market by 2023. Our vision is to be the first female brand to take canned fish to the global market from Sri Lanka. We have an organic customer base. Word of mouth, our product went to the customers. But with the demand, we are marketing our product on social media, referrals, pop-ups and events, and partnerships. With that, we are planning on expanding our deliveries to the island-wide with the launch of our website by September. And at the end of the year, we are planning on introducing new products as well. Currently, few of the products are in research and development base. We are targeting to achieve our main milestone of expanding our production unit to a separate location by March 2023 and to get the required certification to take our product to the international market. And we are planning to take our product to the international market by June 2023. Myself as a founder, I have started this with the experience of my own way. Without a doubt. Thank you.
I come from a spice-rich family. I've been trained to eat spices from my childhood. When COVID struck, we didn't have access to chilies or spices. So on a random day, a farmer who came and sold all his produces directly to us, he gave me a bag full of naimeris. I was overexcited. I went and immediately shared a picture on Instagram. And my friend, he requested for a jar of naimeris sauce. I did few research and I came up with my own recipe. And I did a jar and I handed it over to him. He has tasted and he has probably shared that with his friends. The very next day, I had an order for 10 jars, which is the day that I think I found that there is a need, a demand for naimeris sauces. And that's where Miris by Island Mom was born. I've been told that hot sauce is dominated by males, from consumers to producers. So when I started Miris, I had many throwing questions at me, asking whether as a woman, can I really run this business? So I did a research and I discovered that females are the real consumers for hot sauce, whereas men, they consume it for social status. So to validate this point for Miris, I discovered that 80% of our customers are females and 20% of them are males. I was very happy and I decided I'm going to convert this challenge into an opportunity and continue and succeed in our business. I want Miris to be seen as a brand that broke all the barriers and paved the way for a Sri Lankan hot sauce category within condiment industry and stay Sri Lanka in the global scale. Furthermore, we also want to be known as a female-owned business or women-owned business by employing 80% of women in our business, which we are working right now, and we will eventually come to the point.
Pain can be rewarding or punishing. Miris is strictly for reward seekers. Good evening, I'm Shivani, founder of Miris by Island Mom. My desire to create innovative flavors incorporating all the goodness of naimeris, which led me to create the next generation of hot sauces. And Miris was born. We discovered 3 gaps in the market. 1, absence of fresh and natural flavored hot sauces. 2, unavailability of adventurous heat levels. And 3, no brands embrace the unique characteristics of naimeris. global hot sauce market is projected to grow from $2.89 billion to $4.7 billion by 2029. Miris has the potential to hold a market share of $2.2 million by 2029. The reasons are increasing demand for innovative and premium flavored hot sauces and its adaptability to different delicacies. In order to meet the market demands and trends, Miris launched its high-quality flavored hot sauces in 2020, which are 100% natural, vegan, gluten-free, and with adventurous heat levels. Our differentiation starts right from embracing the unique characteristics of Miris, which differs garden to garden, but our approach has been a success. And we're also proud to say that we support smallholder farmers and we promote value-added agriculture by sourcing 98% of our ingredients locally. These are our 5 exotic products that have won the hearts of over 5,000 customers. And our signature product is our chili jam, which contributes 35% to the total sales. And our products are priced between $750 to $990, maintaining a margin of 45 to 57. We are hoping to also launch 2 new products this year, which will further disrupt the hot sauce market locally. In order to attract new customers, we developed B2C and B2B model. So 70% of our income revenue is generated through B2C, and we have developed 8 different channels. And we also supply to 6 medium to large-scale B2B customers. Due to the popularity of our products, we also ship internationally to customers in Australia, UK, Canada, and USA, which has largest Sri Lankan community. As a first step to enter the international market, we have tied up with Kapruka's cross-border exports, which we believe will open up further new opportunities for Miris. As you can see, that Miris has a unique position in the competitive landscape. It's because of our continuous product innovation, our marketing strategies, and our strong partnerships. Our plans illustrated here are simply to increase our sales and also to increase our brand identity locally. Hence, we are hoping to partner with 2 HoReCa channels, modern trades, and also to build up on the demand for exports. With our plans, we are projecting a profit of $560,000 for the financial year 22-23 and $1.8 million for 23-24, which is a 128% increase in sales revenue. In order to achieve our vision for the business, we are looking for a capital investment of 6.7 million rupees in exchange of 10% stake. Workspace expansion and advertising requires large proportion of investment because we need to increase our production capacity and strengthen our brand identity locally and internationally. Finally, I would like to introduce Team Miris. Each of their core competencies add great value to the overall growth of our business. And what makes our team special is that we all aligned in our goal. It is to take our precious Sri Lanka's spice culture to the world. And now, I invite you all to join our journey and become a certified Miris addict. Thank you.
Was actually inspired through my own breastfeeding journey with my little daughter. She is now 2 years old, and we started LactoBoost when she was just 6 months old. We met with many pediatricians and lactation consultants, but none of it really helped with my breastfeeding struggle. And that is when I realized that we really need a wholesome and nutritious product for breastfeeding mothers and babies. One of the most fundamental challenges that I faced as a female founder was society's lack of faith and support in female founders to be able to build a global brand and to build a strong business. as well as difficulty in work-life balance, especially for mothers, considering entrepreneurship is a 24/7 job as well as motherhood. So our tagline for full tummies and happy mummies sums it all up. Our goal is to see well-fed, happy babies as well as mothers who enjoy their breastfeeding journey free of stress and free of complications and difficulties.
According to UNICEF, lives of over 800,000 children can be saved every year by improving breastfeeding rates across the world. And we believe that LactoBoost can help. Good evening, everyone. I'm Lasni Silva, founder of LactoBoost. And my story begins with one tiny person without whom I wouldn't be here today. My daughter. So while I was struggling to breastfeed my daughter, what I believed was that I was the only one. And then I started researching. And what I found out was that over 50% of new mothers in Sri Lanka struggle with breastfeeding due to low milk supply. Now, this may not have been the case 20 years ago, but now, with our current lifestyle choices, this is the reality that we have to live with. And the only medical solution available is a drug called domperidone, which, interestingly enough, the FDA claims can cause cardiac arrhythmia or irregular heartbeat at high dosages. This is a drug that I had taken 3 times a day to breastfeed my daughter. So that's when I realized that we really need a wholesome, nutritious product that can enhance breast milk supply. Our product, LactoBoost Lactation Cookies, are made using nutritious, natural superfoods that are extremely beneficial to both mother and baby. 90% of our ingredients are locally sourced, and we do not add any chemical preservatives or additives. We currently sell only lactation cookies, but we're planning on introducing 2 new product lines in 2023, LactoBoost Smoothies and Overnight Oats. Looking at market size, there are 354,000 annual births in Sri Lanka. Adjusting for affordability, as well as mothers with breastfeeding issues, we end up at about 80,000 potential new customers every year. The competition in our space includes domperidone as a medical product, and as food products, Sri Lankan traditional food stuff like jackfruit curry and fish curry, which are extremely beneficial but are just not as effective. Talking about our competitive edge, we are the first of our kind in this market space, and we've also managed to win what I like to call is the mom seal of approval. And we also have a market-tested product with over 40% customer return rate and 0 product complaints over the past 2 years of operation. We have been working with 9 Mills Hospital since January of this year, and we've just started supplying to Lanka Hospital's pharmacy as well, and we're currently in discussions with Durden's Hospital. Right now, 40% of our revenue comes through 9 Mills operations, so we're anticipating a lot of growth in the coming months with the addition of more retail partners. We also ship island-wide, and we have a loyal customer base across the island, even in areas like Jaffna and Badulla. So right now, our sales stand at about 200 packs a month, and we're planning on growing to 1,000 packs a month by the end of this year, and to reach 2,000 packs a month in 2023. According to our quarterly projected growth, we should be able to hit 5,000 packs for 4th quarter of 2023. In order to achieve these goals, we're currently working on creating a network of distributors and retail partners across the island, as well as implementing a marketing plan which includes both online and offline marketing strategies, which will help us educate potential customers as well as stakeholders about our product and its benefits. Talking about our team, I come from an engineering background with 8 years of experience in export sales. And we have my marketing manager, Ruanti, and my baking assistant, Megan, who are both very skilled individuals, extremely dedicated to our cause.
So the investment that we're looking for is to move production into its own facility and to scale up so that we can reach the export market as soon as possible. If I've managed to inspire you to help mothers and babies around the world and to become a part of our very exciting journey, you know where to find us. Thank you very much.
So True is inspired by my role as a mother. Motherhood has been a life-changing experience. As a mother, there's a lot of care, concern, and consideration to the products I'm buying for my child. And so True, in essence, really drew from my experience as a mother and wanting to create these products that were safe, non-toxic, eco-friendly, and moreover, products that were meaningful, that really had a touch of Sri Lanka in them. And so that's where the journey began. And as I navigated parenthood, I also discovered challenges in just being a parent and the responsibilities of raising a child. And so more than being a brand that is offering these great baby products, I also wanted to create a platform where our audience could share real stories, come together and be inspired by our products, and just be a supportive brand to let parents know that they're not alone and struggle is real. So as a female entrepreneur, I would say that just creating a work-life balance, trying to balance my role as a wife and as a mother, and also these professional responsibilities that I have to grow my brand. And moreover, just trying to be taken seriously, being that the business is just not a side hustle or a hobby, but a profitable business. So True is a brand. We want to be able to more than provide just great quality baby products, but to really make a difference and to be inspiring. We see a lot of poverty and struggle with the local communities, and we really want to be able to create income opportunities and give back to the underprivileged communities, especially the children in need.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Tina. I'm the founder of True. I started True as a new mother, wanting to create meaningful products for my little one that she could treasure for a lifetime. I found a gap in the market for tasteful baby products, but more so products that could have been Sri Lankan inspired. And therein lied an opportunity. I discovered majority of new parents have exceedingly high expectations of what they're buying for their children. Moreover, there was a lack of parental community support, especially with the existing baby care brands. Living in Sri Lanka, I also found a lot of talented local artisans who lacked guidance and a proper platform. So that's where True was born. True not only aims to be this all-in-one platform offering amazing baby products, but we aim to be inspiring. We aim to be a kind, conscious business that is building and giving back to the community. So when looking at the market, statistics show that the baby care industry is a multi-billion-dollar booming industry. We found a serviceable available market of about $5 billion and a smaller share of about $25 million when looking at True and its related products. So our business model is easily defined in 3 steps. We are creating and curating baby products. We are selling these products via our social media and our website, and to businesses via corporate gifting and retailers as well. And we're giving back. We're directing a portion of our profit proceeds to worthy causes. Here's a brief look at our product categories and margins in order of popularity that range from tableware to gifting and toys, with an opportunity to look into furniture, pre-loved, and hygiene products as well. So from a competitor point of view, as you can see on the graph, True really stands out is that we are a purpose-led brand with impact. We are offering these innovative products that have tailored design aesthetics, as well as having an entire eco-friendly range. We also have products with a cultural essence of Sri Lanka. Oops. So we've seen a tremendous amount of growth in a short period of time. And a unique insight into the success of the business is that we are offering these quality, unique products, but more so, we're really fueling growth via social media with a component of educative marketing that makes it easy for non-parents to shop as well. Thirdly, we're an inclusive brand and we're easily relatable, and this really resonates with our local as well as international customers. And last but not the least, we're constantly innovating and researching our product line, and this allows us to keep ahead of the competition. So we've come a long way in the last 2 years. As of 2022, we've obtained factory certifications as well as independently certified our tableware and raw materials. As of the beginning of 2021, we've launched our website, and to present date, we are merchandising with 5+ stockists, as well as successfully donated 10% of our monthly profit proceeds to children in need. From a financial point of view, amidst a lot of the past 2 challenging years, we have still remained profitable and achieved a $3 million profit in the year 2021. So the general feedback of our brand is that our customers love our products, they love what we're doing and what we stand for, and we received a lot of positive feedback from the media as well. In terms of accessibility, we aim to be a brand without borders. We are shipping island-wide throughout Sri Lanka, as well as international. So we have big dreams for True. We hope to really scale our operations locally as well as internationally with a focus on improving our production capabilities in the next 3 years. So here's the team. Myself, Tina, I'm the founder and CEO, and I handle all the operations for True as of now. And Kumar Chandrasena is the director as well. He looks into regulatory as well as expansion opportunities. So to achieve our roadmap goals, we're looking at directing our funding directly into R&D, into production and marketing and sales. And we're hoping to take True to the next level to be bigger and better and build on our True community. Thank you very much.
Thanks, everyone. Another round of applause for our amazing 6 startup founders, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. So what you saw on stage today were not just 6 first-of-its-kind products here in Sri Lanka, but female founders, mostly mums from urban areas here in Sri Lanka, who are driving 6 startups in one of the most challenging times here in Sri Lanka. Proof that resilience always comes in the form of women. You'll soon find out why. These women were pushed and stretched beyond their comfort zones through the AccelerateHer program over the last 3 months, with over 140 hours of industry mentors, business advisory, and expert hours, as well as a team from Hatch, really driving them to achieve the impossible in 90 days. And what they achieved was amazing. Over the course of Accelerator, these female entrepreneurs single-handedly achieved over 17 partnerships, strategic and retail, worth over 20 million rupees. 5 out of the 6 teams doubled their product lines and product quantities by 100%. 70% of our teams doubled their sales and revenue. 90% also expanded their teams, making them employers for the first time and adding jobs to the economy. And remember, this was all achieved while bearing care duties, pregnancies, COVID diagnosis, dealing with the impacts of the pandemic, limited access to material, import restrictions, travel restrictions, unavailability of utilities, and currency restriction. That I think that deserves an applause. I mean, what an inspiration these women are. So will you choose to see the opportunity in the challenges that us as Sri Lankans are facing today, just like these women did? Remember, industry titans were created during austerity measures that our country faced many decades ago. So there's definitely opportunity in the challenges that we face today. Our female founders are a great example of what is possible when true entrepreneurial mindset, being agile, pivoting, and resilience to overcome the challenges we have today. And Accelerator is just one of the solutions that we are striving towards to create that fighting spirit in our entrepreneurs here in Sri Lanka. A big thank you to our implementation partner and sponsors at the US Department of State. Julie and the team have been nothing short of incredible and amazing allies to us. Thank you also to our outreach partners, media partners, our experts and mentors who are here today, without whom Accelerator would not have been a success. During International Women's Day 2022, we launched a Step Into Leadership conference, opening the doors to well over 60 female entrepreneurs and aspiring entrepreneurs to help them create the right networks, take hold of their finances, develop their self-confidence, and also improve their digital footprint. And we saw the need to build this network across Sri Lanka. So, the next evolution of our 2-year program is enabling startup founders from across Sri Lanka access the benefits of the Accelerator program, starting with incubating more female entrepreneurs to grow fiercely and kick some ass. So let's check out what this is all about. So we are super excited about the upcoming boot camps, and we really want to grow our female entrepreneur base and be connected with more female entrepreneurs like the amazing women that you saw today from across Sri Lanka. So do drop us a line on social media of those joining us in person and from home today. We look forward to growing and building with you. Because Sri Lanka, together, we are unstoppable in our road to recovery and success. For those of you joining us on our live stream tonight, thank you very much for tuning in. If you'd like to get in touch with any of the female entrepreneurs you saw today as an ally or an investor, please do get in touch with us via our social media channels, or if you're also interested in our Female First Fund, the first of its kind here in Sri Lanka, Her Capital, we'd love to hear from you as well. So thank you all for joining online.